Today, I would like to provide the American people with an update on the White House transition and our policy plans for the first 100 days. Our transition team is working very smoothly, efficiently, and effectively. Truly great and talented men and women, patriots indeed, are being brought in, and many will soon be a part of our government, helping us to make America great again. My agenda will be based on a simple core principle: putting America first.
And welcome back to Hannity. So President-elect Trump, he had a full schedule today, including a sit-down with former Texas Governor Rick Perry, among others. Now, earlier today, Trump's senior advisor, Kellyanne Conway, discussed the many meetings taking place. Let's take a look.
Not everyone who has been interviewing with him and giving him advice and sharing their experiences and their vision for America, not all of them will be in his cabinet or be in his federal government, but they all are incredibly important in offering their points of view, their experience, and certainly their vision for the country.
Now, it was also a busy weekend for President-elect Trump. He met with some high-profile people who may be considering for positions in his administration, including former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Also spotted was New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who was an early Trump supporter, and retired Marine Corps General James Mad Dog Mattis, who is rumored to be a possible pick for Secretary of Defense, also met with Mr. Trump. But the meeting that got the most attention was with a former foe, the 2012 GOP candidate for the presidency, Mitt Romney. Here with reaction, former 2016 presidential candidate Dr. Ben Carson and editor-in-chief of LifeZette, Fox News contributor, nationally syndicated radio host Laura Ingraham. Now, your name's out there a lot about a possible position. You're open to one.
Yeah. I mean, I like what I do.
You're in New York, just by coincidence?
I'm kind of like you, Sean. Sean, you and I, love what we do. We love, on a daily basis, it's such a privilege to talk to the American people and hear what they have to say.
Well, they mentioned your name. I've never considered for dog catcher.
That's because you're too rich, so you can't give you're just too rich. It's just, the crumbs go for everybody else. No, I'm just kidding.
Thanks a lot.
It's fun to be part of the mix, but look, I think they're doing other things that are frankly more important than press secretary. And
I am worried. I think you'd be great, but I think it would drive you nuts.
Tell me why.
Because those people are vicious.
Yeah.
And look, it would be entertaining, because I don't think you'd take that crap. I would enjoy watching it.
Yeah. Well, I think that the American people are a little tired of the old game, the old press game. And I think they're on to the press people. I think they're on to the bias. Every poll shows that. And it's time.
Why do you have to go out and talk to them every day anyway? You don't.
Well, he met with all these members of the press today, which I found kind of interesting. I mean, they're the ones who messed up. He got it right. And they're the ones who messed up their analysis. They got the predictions and projections wrong. Yeah, I think he's showing that he's very magnanimous. He sits down with some folks from Fox.
More gracious than I'd be.
Yeah, I mean, George Stephanopoulos. I mean, most of these people just want to destroy him.
And they will. And
I'm not even talking about Stephanopoulos. I'm talking about all these other
CNN,
young producers and so
NBC.
forth. Yeah, so we know what they're about. So I'm not sure kind of what the point is of having the big kibbutz. And maybe there's some point to it. I don't know. Maybe it's just making people feel better or included. I don't know.
Dr. Carson, you had taken yourself out of consideration, but I heard you are reconsidering whether or not you might serve. Is that true?
Well, first of all, what I've always said is that my preference is to work outside of the government, because I think there's so many important voices that need to be heard that are outside of the bubble. But I never said that I would not serve under any circumstances. What I've said is, after they've gone through the process and if they conclude that, my services would be essential, I would certainly give that serious consideration, as would any good American, I think.
Laura, a couple of people bothered me. I'm a Rudy fan, and I see that they're already attacking Sessions. I mean, he has a great
Jeff Sessions,
great civil rights record.
Oh, he's an amazing person.
Amazing.
He prosecuted the Klan, made sure that a Klan member got a death penalty.
Right.
Rosa Parks,
extended the Civil Rights Act for 30 years. All of that.
He was with John Lewis on the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. The great photo. I tweeted out today. And I've known him for so long. And remember, the only vote that Arlen Specter said that he regretted before he died was. The only vote was voting against Jeff Sessions. That was after he became a Democrat.
Why am I worried? Look, I think to this day, Mitt Romney would have been a great president.
Terrific.
I really believe that. But he called Trump a fraud, a huckster, and every other name, and actively worked against him. If Donald Trump chooses him, I think it is a huge mistake
I don't think someone who came out that vociferously and personally.
It was personal.
Those weren't substantive criticisms of Trump's trade or immigration or tax reform. That's one thing. I frankly don't even agree with that. If you're a Republican and everyone played for you and rallied to you, and I rallied to Romney and helped him as much as we could, but that it was so nasty.
Personal.
And it was quoted. How many times was Mitt Romney played in a Hillary Clinton ad? And so I guess, have people in, and I mean, I guess it's magnanimous and gracious, but I think loyalty and competence and an ability to, I think, advocate on behalf of these issues, really important.
All right, we got one more.